Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 4 of Moola News, which this is small scale. We ain't connected to anything. We don't have any funding. I don't have any funding, sources or any of that, not in the YouTube limelight, no special connections. I mean, this is just the real world. Raw insights from, someone trying to make it in the world kind of thing. So this is not financial advice. Seek a financial professional before trading any cryptocurrencies or putting any money in the markets. If you do put money in the markets, I say, don't put anything in there that you're not willing to lose the entire amount. So this video here is just informational, educational, a little bit about my experiences, a little bit about what I'm thinking about the cryptocurrencies right now for Moola News. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Currently kind of popped back up to this 33,000 range. And if we zoom out now, look at the daily, I've got us in a long-term channel. We came up to the top of the channel, and we'll zoom out again and put this on the weekly, and you'll kind of see this channel a little bit more. We got a long-term channel, kind of came up to the top end of it, and now we're trading back down to the bottom part of that channel here. And we've been consolidating, if you ask me, around this 36,666 number. And, obviously we're a little bit below that right now. Where I'm kind of thinking things are heading right now is we're maybe going to drip into kind of making everybody think we're going to sell off, and then we're going to pop right back up into the low 40s and give people something to think about. Whether they missed getting a quote-unquote bottom here, whether we're back off to the races and heading up into new high territory. I kind of feel they're going to give people something to think about, but you can't rule out that this is, coming down to breakdown. A lot of monies, just can't wait to buy the dip, can't wait to make the next big round of money. And it's entirely possible that people are coming in early, and this thing's gonna flush way lower. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin went all the way down to 2,500 in a long-term flush over the next several months. You just can't rule anything out is basically what I would say about any of these coins. You have to realize there's billions of these coins. People own them. If I had to guess, it's a lot of big banks, and they'll just dump it on the market whenever they want to. They're not going to care. I mean, you're talking about people that have been in Bitcoin either from the beginning, or purchased it up in through here at 1,500. They don't care if they dump it at 30,000, 20,000. They'll dump it at 30,000, 20,000, and buy it back at 10. And that's nothing to them. And then the price can gap back up and be right back where we were. But in the meantime, a lot of people get hurt. A lot of people get scared out. A lot of people get cleaned out if they're leverage trading. And so you just got to be really careful of everything. Yeah, am I super bullish long term about where cryptocurrencies are heading? Absolutely. But I can't rule out, that the whole thing, collapses. Especially any of the coins. Because you look at, these coins over here. We got our top 10, and as I've said before, the top 10 is going to change. Some of the coins today that you hold near and dear could be completely worthless, or completely nobody cares about them 5 years from now. And so you can't rule out that big coins that everybody talks about today are, worthless. For example, Neo or things like this that I tend to like. Those projects could end up being completely worthless. I kind of think Neo's tied to China. They've got a really open platform. I'm super optimistic about it. Solana, great long-term chart going. A lot of momentum behind this one. The transaction speed of the blockchain platform, the processing speed, the fees are a lot lower, and Solana could just be off to the races. This could be a nice little consolidation. This thing pops well above 100. But, it's come from $2 just at the beginning of this year. So it's very easily could flush down to 8, 7 or 8, completely destroy a lot of dreams of people, who've been buying and thinking they're catching that big wave, and then, people get scared out, they lose a bunch of money, and before you know it, it pops right back up to 40 and, off to the races. So, you can sit in here and say, oh, well, I'm going to hold for the long term, but, it's no fun if you got to watch it go all the way down and lose, 50% or more of your money, and then hope and watch, for it to come back. So it's risky. These are really, really risky. And that's why sometimes I'll just put a little money in and kind of test the market. So the other day, I put some money into Solana. I think, maybe it dropped down into here. And I was like, this may be a good entry. And, it snapped down, and I got myself out, quickly. I was like, all right, there's, this is a freight train coming at me. So you can get a feel for the market, kind of see, what you think's going on. And sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong. So, putting a little skin in the game, so to speak, can help you kind of get a gauge for, how the market's, still functioning. Binance, this one is, looking really good. It just doesn't want to come down. Not like, it's come down like, 50% from its highs, but considering that it ran from 44 up to 300 and now it's just sitting at 300, people really believe in the Binance smart chain. It's got a lot of Ethereum like capabilities, but it's also used by a lot of traders to pay their fees and get certain benefits on the Binance trading platform. So that one looks pretty good. Matic, kind of like Solana, hey, this one's got a lot of potential. It's super, backing up the Ethereum blockchain. Obviously, people, ran this thing up, and I believe it's going, much higher. Especially again, it hasn't fallen back. However, can't rule out that this thing drops all the way back down into the 12-cent area before run down. You just got to keep your keep the possibilities open. Same thing with Dogecoin. I mean, this was very good to me at the beginning of the year. Really changed the game for me because I was in right around Christmas time. And rode it up into this, big move higher. But now we're at 20 cents, and I can't rule out that it drops back down to 2 cents. But at the same time, I'm not ruling out that it's, runs up to 160 from here. So the point being is, you just got to really keep your wits about you. Again, there's a lot of supply. There's a lot of people with Dogecoin, big institutional money that they can just toy with, people like you and me, and just dump this thing down, and it's nothing to them. A couple months of dumping this thing down and bringing it back up, that's just part of the game and part of the process for them. They have a much longer term perspective, and they've got deeper pockets, and so you just got to keep in mind, again, you can go in here and it can go down and come back up, and you can be like, whatever, but it's no fun to hold this and watch it, drop 50, 60, 70% while you hold it, when you could have, held out and bought this 3 times as much of it at 4 cents, and hold from there. So it's a constant game. It's a constant evaluation. You really got to think about everything, and you know, we're out of here. Moola News. Let us know any questions. Appreciate y'all. Thanks.